Hey everyone, welcome back. Fred here, and we are going to do a video on polynomial long division. Okay, so this is a video and a topic that is really important. This can also be used in calculus to find certain types of limits in calc. So you're going to need to know this for university. You know, this is probably what we're doing in high school right now, but this is an important subject. Okay, and this is really important to get right. So we're going to do a little bit of a tricky question for you, nothing too crazy. If you want to just attempt it right now, I'll pause the video on your own, do it right now, and I'll give you a second to pause. Okay, so if not, or if you've done it already, good, and let's go through the solution, okay? So let's look at question A. There's 3 parts. These 2 we'll do after we're done. So I'll just read the first part. Use long division to divide x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7 by x plus 2. So that means that x plus 2 is the denominator and this is the numerator. Okay, so we're going to rewrite that as x plus 2 divided by x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7. All right, so how do we begin? So in any question like this, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go step by step, all right? And you know what? Before we start, let me show you how to rewrite a question like this. And this is kind of where the trick lies, okay? As you'll see, we have x to the 3rd power, x to the 2nd power, but there's no x to the 1st power, okay? And then it just skips to minus 7, all right? And that's where some people will make a mistake in these types of questions. So we need to rewrite this with kind of a placeholder x in there to help us not to make a mistake and not be confused. So let's rewrite this as, okay, we have x cubed, okay, plus 3x squared. And we're just going to write a 0x, okay? And I'll show you why we're going to do that in a minute, but that's just kind of a placeholder that we'll leave there. And that'll kind of help us not get confused, all right? So when we're doing long division, okay, you're going to take the highest power here in what the term here that we're dividing into this, all right? And we're going to just divide that by the first term of x. Okay, so we have x here. So we're going to do x cubed divided by x, all right? And that's going to be x squared. So how many times does x go into x cubed, essentially? Okay, so we have x squared, all right? And, don't worry about the 2 right now. The 2 is going to come into play now, but just that's the first step, okay? And we're just going to repeat that step over and over again. Okay, but what we're going to do next is we're going to take this x squared and we're going to multiply it plus 2. So x squared, if I jumped ahead too much here and this is confusing, you don't know how I got x squared, we're just dividing x cubed by x, right? So I'll just do it over here. So we have x cubed divided by x, okay, and that's equal to x squared, okay, and that goes over there. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply x squared by x, and that's just going to come down right here, okay? So let's multiply this. So we have x squared times x, that's going to be x cubed, so we put that there. And we have x squared times 2, and that's going to be plus 2x squared. So we're going to go ahead and now we're going to subtract. Okay, so we're going to subtract these terms here. So we have x cubed minus x cubed, that's going to be 0. We have 3x squared minus 2x squared, and that's just going to be 1x squared. Okay, and then we're going to go and we're going to bring down this term. Okay, so it's just like long division with numbers, except it's with variables and polynomial functions now. So we're going to bring this down, all right, and that's going to be plus 0x. So now the next part of the question is that we're going to, instead of multiplying this into here, okay, into the numerator, we're going to divide this into this term here, okay? So we're just going to divide x squared by x. Okay, again, so the highest power of x. In this term here, we're going to divide this by that, all right? And I'll just write that for you over here. So we have x squared divided by x, and that's just going to be equal to x. Okay, so whatever x squared divided by x is, we're going to put up top here, right? So we're going to write plus x. Sorry about that arrow there. Hopefully that's not confusing to you. I just used that to show the direction that we were going in. Ignore that. Okay, so now that we've done that, all right, we're going to do exactly the same step that we did before. We're going to multiply x into x plus 2. So we have x times x, which is x squared, and that this time, okay, we're going to put it underneath this term here. Okay, so x times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, and once again, we're going to subtract now, all right? So x squared minus x squared, that's 0. And we have 0x minus 2x, and that's just going to be 2x, okay? Perfect. So now let's continue, and we just keep continuing. You continue until you no longer kind of have an x in the, or this power of x here is less than this one, all right? What we're dividing by. So let's go ahead and continue here. So we have x, all right? We're going to divide negative 2x by x, right? So over here, let's just do that. So we have negative 2x divided by x. Okay, and that is going to be equal to negative 2. X's are going to cancel. Okay, so we have negative 2, right? And let's go ahead and once again, same thing. Multiply, and sorry, I forgot to bring down this negative 7 here. Let's go ahead and do that first. So we have negative 2 times x, okay, that's negative 2x, and then we have negative 2 times 2, and that's going to be negative 4, okay? And negative 2x minus 2x, that's going to be plus, that's going to be 0. And we have negative 7, right, minus 4, that's going to be plus, and that is going to be minus 3. Now, as you can see, we can no longer divide this into x. The power for this is not equal or greater anymore than the highest power that we're dividing by. So we're done. Okay, that's the end of the question. And this is our answer up here. That's it, remainder negative 3, and that's the next part of the question. Okay, so it says state the remainder in the quotient. So that was part A. We have part B here. Okay, part B is express the remainder. So the remainder is negative 3. Okay, if you remember that from regular long division. So the remainder, negative 3. The quotient is just the answer that we got. Okay, so the quotient is x squared plus x minus 2. Okay, that's good. Cool, and well, what's C ask? It asks us to express the result in quotient form. Okay, so I'm just going to separate this, okay? So we have C here, right? So the initial, and you know what, let's just come down here because we need more room. So the initial expression was x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7 over, or divided by, x plus 2. Okay, we can express that now as the quotient that we got, which is x squared plus x minus 2. Okay, and how we express the remainder, okay, is we take the remainder and we put it as the numerator, okay? And I just put a negative here because, or we can just put that and then negative 3 so you can see what I'm doing here. And we're just going to divide that by the denominator of the initial expression, okay? So which is x plus 2. Okay, and that's how we express it in quotient form. Cool. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I hope I explained that. I'm probably going to do one more video just because this is a tricky topic and an important one. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any comments or feedback whatsoever. And like and subscribe as always. Thanks.